Hey everyone, it's Rock for Cash, People's Champ, coming to you live from Cash Stadium, and welcome back to the channel as we review week 14 of the FNFL, our first week of finals. But before we get into the action and see what happened, Cash has got a song, one of his faves, goes back a fair way, not really sure how far it goes back, but 1989 this one, by a bloke called Chris de Berg, and it's called Don't Pay the Ferryman. Don't even fix the price. Don't pay the ferryman till he takes you to the other side. There's some fucking good words. Alrighty. Let's see what's happened in week 14. Like I said, the first week of our finals, we had the Dark Side, Young Remix Killers, Mitch's Mongrels and Little River Giants on a bye because they all finished in the top 4. They're now waiting for the winners of this round. In the first game, boy oh boy, was this... this was good. Rock for Cash from 11th spot, 114.9, defeating Little Waiters, 108.54, who were in 6th spot. Big upset of the year, basically. 11th beating 6th, first week of the finals. Cash understandably was hard after this game. Came down to Justin Tucker needing 16 points on the final game, the Ravens against Cleveland, but he was only able to score 9. Did kick the winning field goal for the Ravens, but not enough. Little Waiter. Sorry, darling, but the Cash has got through on this one. Payback from the first time we met in the season 2, where you just fell over the line. So who played well for the Cash? Well, Aaron Rodgers, 30.9. Stephon Diggs, he was the difference, I feel, anyway, 24.1. And Ronald Jones, 14.9. For Little Waiters, Russell Wilson got 22. Davis got 23. She actually picked me on the fucking waiver on him. And the Seahawks got 13. But that's bye-bye to Little Waiters for 2020. Down into Sacco land now. The Cash moving forward in his quest for the Duty Bowl. So well done to you, Cash. Well done to you. In the next game, Shiva Kamini were up against Archie's All-Stars. This was 8th versus 9th. But again, a little upset here. Archie's All-Stars, 134.94. Beating Shiva Kamini, 107.82. Shiva will be gutted. He obviously was a better team than Archie throughout the year, finishing higher than him. Archie's All-Stars must have got some reconditioned arseholes in over the week and plugged up the holes that he's been creating in the Altar Boys' rectums. So that's great to see that the Altar Boys are back moving freely again. Great win by Archie's All-Stars, which Shiva will be absolutely spewing on this one. For Archie's All-Star, Derek Carr, 23.84. Kenyon Drake, 15.5. Robinson, 22.8. Taylor, 29.5. Zerline, 13. And the Bills' defense, 15. For Shiva Kamini, Tommy Brady, 15.64. Alvin Kamara, 18.9. Cooper, 13.1. Juju, 14.5. And the Rams' defense, 22, but not enough for poor old Shiva. He's had an up and down season. He wins one, he loses one. He wins one, he loses one. So he'll feel that he's let this one slip. So he's joining his lovely bride down in Sacco land. But Archie's All-Stars are moving forward as well. Moving forward with reconditioned arseholes. And hopefully he doesn't pound them too hard this week before his next game. In the next game, Team Mazza up against Moneymakers 9. Moneymakers finished 5th. Team Mazza were on the bottom. Team Mazza told me that he was always going to struggle in this one. He's Team Mazza's tip to take the whole thing, really. But Moneymakers were too good, winning by 34 points, 127.62 to Team Mazza 93.62. The Mazza train, it just hasn't really got going this year. You know, like the dark side has said, he's got the best team on paper. They just don't want to play for him, basically. So he's going to do a bit of soul searching over the coming months. Apparently, there's a rumour in the background that he may not be drafting his side next year. There may be a phantom drafter coming in just to help Team Mazza out. Obviously, he's a terrible drafter from what this other person says. So, but getting back to the game, Moneymakers 9. Justin Herbert, probably the rookie of the year, really, 14.72. Derrick Henry, the big difference in this one, really, 35.2. Brown got 20. Andrews 10, Robinson 10, and the Colts defense 14. For Team Mazza, the GOAT, Pat Mahomes, 15.62. Eckler got 19. Great game by him. Hopkins got 18. Robbie Anderson 13, and the Dolphins defense 11. So Moneymakers keeps marching on. Mazza's tip to win the whole thing. Team Mazza now headed to taking the train down to Sacco Land. So good luck to you there, champ. In the final game, the Battle of Ballarat, these two teams, they hate each other, really. Smooth Criminal and the Browns love each other in real life, but hate each other on the FNFL field. Smooth Criminal getting the chocolates in this one. She finished 7th. The Browns finished 10th. The Browns, I don't know what's happened this year. They just haven't been their normal self. They're usually up the top, having this week off and just ploughing through the opposition. But, only 4 wins this year from the Brown. Don't know. But Smooth Criminal, a 49, nearly 50-point win. Josh Allen got 17. Swift got 13. Thomas 12. Ridley 22. Hawkinson 13, Gordon 10, Blankenship 12, and Washington, who still don't have a nickname, still known as the Washington football team, for fuck's sake, 26 points. For the Browns, Watson got 10, Edwards-Helaire got 11, Metcalf got 15. They reckon he's going to be the greatest thing in sliced bread in 5 years. Yeah, fuck off, he won't be. Tyreek Hill will be. Waller 11, and the Buccaneers 12. So great win by Smooth Criminal, our reigning champ. Good to see her getting through to the next round. And the Brown, for the first time, heading down to Sacco Land. He'll have to be shown around by the other 3 that have been down there before. Shiva, Little Waiters, and Team Mazza. So I'm sure they'll look after him down there in Sacco Land. So just recapping what happened in week 14. Rock for Cash, what a win over Little Waiters. Archie's All-Stars with his reconditioned arseholes over Shiva Kamini. Team Mazza off the rails, losing to Moneymakers. And Smooth Criminal just sending a little bit of a message to the Browns by winning that one. So that pretty much sums up the recap of week 14. We move on to week 15 next week. Just a quick little recap of what's happening. Obviously, the teams that lost this week, Little Waiters, Shiva, Team Mazza and the Browns, won't actually be playing this week. They'll have the week off just to go to the room of mirrors so they can go and have a good hard look at themselves. But in week 15, just a little sniffer for you. Rock for Cash will be playing Mitch's Mongrels. So that's 11th versus 3rd. The Dark Side are taking on Archie's All-Stars. 1st versus 9th. Moneymakers up against Little River Giants. That's 5th versus 4th. And Smooth Criminal will take on Young Remix Killers. A rematch of last year's Duty Bowl. That's 7th versus 2nd. Cav also will be going for the record of most wins in a row if he gets over the top of Smooth Criminal with 9 wins. So that's pretty much for week 14. A great week for the Cash. Told the Cash heads just to calm down. Cash had it all under control. Wasn't going to go down to Sacco Land. Fucking hates it in Sacco Land. He wasn't going to go back there again this year. So, just hop on board the Cash train. The Cash train. Toot fucking toot. We are going to fucking win this Duty Bowl from 11th. So, the rest of you pricks can get effed. The Cash, excited that he's through. Hasn't been through to this part of the season for quite a while. So very, very excited indeed. But that's about it for the cash. He'll have a bit of a Christmas special coming up next for his preview of week 15 of the FNFL. So stay tuned until then. With that, that's the cash out.